My name is Tiffany. Sitting here, looking at the prison bars separating me from the man who was once my father, I'm flooded with memories. It's been a long journey, and I'm finally at a place where I can tell this story. 2 weeks ago, I faced him through the prison glass. He looked like a broken man begging me, "Get the insurance. I control the estate." I just stared at him, cold and calm, and said, "You didn't read it. You signed liability, not ownership." I explained the elaborate scheme we'd set up, the shell companies, the backdated liens, and the $3 million debt trap. His face turned ashen as he realized his fate. Nathaniel, my smart and resourceful lawyer, was liquidating all his assets. He was left with nothing. And to make matters worse, his accomplice, Rebecca, had been arrested and had thrown him under the bus. He slammed his fist on the glass, shouting, "I'm your father." But I just hung up the phone, ending our connection once and for all. Let me take you back to how it all started. I'm a forensic auditor. Instead of chasing criminals with a gun, I use spreadsheets to track down dirty money hidden in shell companies and offshore accounts. I have a sharp eye for spotting liars and can sense when something is off. But I never thought I'd have to use these skills against my own father. I was in a coma, lying in a hospital bed, completely helpless. I could hear everything around me, but couldn't move a muscle. That's when I heard my father, Victor, talking to the doctor. "She is still breathing, unfortunately," he said, his voice full of annoyance rather than sadness. I remembered telling him once that if I ever became a vegetable, he should let me go. But he was lying to the doctor. He signed the order to turn off my life support, whispering in my ear, "It's nothing personal, Tiffany. It's just business. You're worth more dead than alive." The room fell silent after the doctor left. The only sound was the rhythmic hiss of the ventilator. Panic welled up inside me, but I forced it down. I knew I had to stay calm and think. I heard my father pacing the room. He made a phone call. I could tell from his voice that he was in deep trouble. He owed $850,000 to a dangerous syndicate called the Black Talon. The deadline was Monday, and if he didn't pay, they'd kill him. He was calculating. Keeping me alive meant expensive experimental neurosurgery and long-term care. But my life insurance and property deeds were worth $5 million. It was a simple equation for him. I was a liability alive, but a solution to his problems dead. Then DR. Miller came in with the equipment to turn off my ventilator. He looked like an executioner. As he was about to start, I summoned all my strength. I focused on my eyelids and fought the paralysis. I opened my eyes and locked my gaze on him. I blinked rapidly, the distress code. DR. Miller was shocked. He realized I was responsive. My father tried to cover it up, saying it was just a reflex, but DR. Miller wasn't buying it. He said the do not resuscitate order was void since I was responsive. My father was furious, but he quickly put on a fake smile and pretended to be happy. I knew he was still desperate and that he wouldn't give up easily. I decided to play along and act like I was still in a coma. I knew that if I showed him I was fully aware, he'd panic and might do something even more dangerous. 20 minutes later, Nathaniel walked in. He was my lawyer and he was also in on my plan. He told my father that there was a complication with my estate. The IRS had flagged my accounts and everything was frozen. The only way to unlock the insurance payout immediately was for a guardian to assume liability for the estate. My father, blinded by greed, didn't even think twice. He just wanted the $5 million. Just as Nathaniel was laying out the paperwork, there was a code blue in the hallway. The floor was in chaos. My father saw an opportunity. He stole a vial of potassium chloride from the abandoned crash cart outside my room. He thought he could finish me off and still get the money. When Nathaniel presented the affidavit for him to sign, he barely looked at it. His eyes were fixed on the $5 million figure. He signed it in a hurry, sealing his own financial doom. As he was about to inject me with the potassium chloride, I snapped my eyes open. I revealed the emergency call button I'd been holding in my palm and pressed it. The door burst open and Nathaniel and an investigator came in. They had live footage of my father's actions on a tablet. The police arrested him right away. His assets paid for my surgery, and the rest went to the victims of financial abuse. 6 months later, I opened my own forensic accounting firm, helping others uncover the money hidden by abusers. Freedom did cost something, but it was definitely worth every cent. That night, I deleted his number from my phone, finally closing the chapter on this dark part of my life. If you've ever had to outsmart a monster to survive, I hope my story can give you some strength.